So good morning, everyone. It's Saturday, the 23rd, and I am full screen, correct? I just want to make sure. Raise your hand if you can see me full screen. That's a thumbs up. Perfect. So I just want to preface today's training call or today's call by saying that usually people ask me to do a call because they want me to call up and they want me to motivate everybody and they want me to inspire everybody, and and I know that I'm good at that, but that's not my job, and that's not what this call is about today for me. Every person has to find their own motivation and their own inspiration and their own reason why they are doing this, or whether they'll continue to do it or hang in with it or whatever you want to call it. So also, I want you to know that I'm going to be the only one who's speaking today. I'm not going to open this up for questions because I don't want to go there. I just want to talk. I'm going to say what's on my mind, what's in my heart, what I feel like I want to deliver to you. And then anybody who has questions or comments can email me, or you can email your upline, whoever that may be, or whoever you want to share with. So I'm going to just go ahead and get started. When I said that I'm in a mood, I am so frustrated with what's going on in our world right now, and with these storms and, one hurricane after another, and the lives they're changing and affecting, and the earthquakes, just everything. And I've watched people be totally devastated. In my own state of Florida, people lose everything, and my daughter's house is flooded, and, and there's mold, and people don't have, they don't have the life they had before. And I watched what just happened in the Caribbean, and it's just killing me that some of those people have so little and they lost it all. And some of the people, and some of them are on our team and we know them, and they have a lot, but they've lost their physical presence of a workplace, meaning, you could have the best job in the world and be making all kinds of money and feel really satisfied and feel like you've got it all going on. And then an act of God comes along, a storm wipes you out, and you're physically safe, but you no longer have a place to go to work. Maybe you worked in a restaurant and the restaurant is gone, So not only do you have to rebuild your house, but you have just lost your income. And that makes me so passionate about network marketing and about sharing this. And that's what made me want to get on here today, because I'm watching this and I'm looking at all these people that now have nowhere to go to work because the place that they used to work is gone. And it doesn't matter how much money they made, they felt secure. But as long as you're trading your time for dollars, you are never secure. And I'm thinking, if these people had residual income, they would be struggling through everything they're struggling through, all these horrible hardships with flooding and no power and health issues and food and everything else. But when they pick up the pieces, they could go anywhere and still be able to work because they've got residual income. Because while they're in trouble, they've got a team behind them that is working. And so I have never been more passionate about this industry and sharing this than I am now. Now, is network marketing hard? Have I found it hard? Yes, I found it hard. I never tell anybody that this is going to be easy. But the bottom line is, I have been in this business for 20 years and I succeeded because I didn't quit. Because I was determined that I was going to do this. And, we just came back from Las Vegas from a boot camp, and listening to all these people sharing how they did it. It was the nitty gritty. What does it take to build this business? I'm going to share with you in a bit what I did, but it wasn't what all these people did, and what I got from that. And I took pages of notes, but what I got from that was that there are so many different ways to get there. Some of the people, they did it all over the internet because they feel like that's their skill and that's how they want to build. I did nothing on the internet. I didn't even have a computer when I started. I didn't know how to do that. And some people, they're like, well, you have to have it so it works on your phone, and you have to have smart links, and some people only use this, and some people want belly to belly. They want to sit down and talk, and some people did it by in-home meetings. Some people did it by meeting at coffee shops. You know, it doesn't matter how you do it. It doesn't matter. We all got to the same place. And it wasn't the way we did it. It was the determination, the focus, and the drive that we had to not stop until we got it done. So when I was listening to all these people, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I don't know how to do that, what they did, but I might get better if I could learn how to do that. And so it made me get new skills, or think about new skills that, you know, that I want to develop, because this whole business is about personal growth. It has to be. It begins with us, because, you know, I am a true example of that, because there is no reason that somebody like me, that anybody would pick somebody like me to be a business partner. When I started in RX, in the industry, I didn't start in RX, but when I started in the industry, I was 50 years old, dead broke, 50 pounds overweight, had been a chain smoker for 30 years, living in an apartment and working in a tile store. And I had never done network marketing before. And yet I made it to the top. And I look at the people who are in my organization, or who are in RX in general, in any company. You know, it doesn't matter. I look at the people who have way more skills than I have. People who have, you know, degrees and so much more life experience, and so many more qualifications than what I had. And yet they struggle and they're not doing it. And frankly, it just drives me crazy. And so I don't know how else to say that. It makes me nuts watching people who I know have huge potential, and could change their life. And people who say they want to change their life. They say, I really want this. I want something different. I'm going to be in the Dominican. I'm going to be a top earner. I want to be a founder. And I watch them, and they're not doing what it takes to make it happen. And it, like I said, it just drives me crazy. So I want to talk today about the basics, just the basics of what network marketing is, because I think there are so many people, I know there are so many people who are overthinking this, and they're making it into something that it isn't. The bottom line is, as network marketers, we are the marketing arm for the company. That is it. They do all the manufacturing, they do the production, they do the accounting, they write the checks, they store, you know, everything in their facility, they do the shipping, they do everything. We are marketers. We're marketers. That is the only thing that we are. We are network marketers. They don't pay TV advertising. They don't put up billboards. They pay us, and they pay us well to go out there and market. And yet probably 99% of the people that I see that say they want to build this business, they don't market. They do not market, because they get all caught up in the issues of people saying no, and being rejected, and, you know, blah, 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 blah. You guys have heard them all. You know them. I experienced all of them. So all I'm saying is that I did this, and I got to the top, and I did it with zero skills. But I had a desire and a determination that was so strong that I didn't care if I had zero skills. And when I started, I didn't even know I had zero skills on how to do it. I learned as I was going along that I didn't have too many skills, you know, by the things that I was saying. You know, I didn't know anything about network marketing. I didn't know, you know, I didn't know that, you know, when people said to me, you know, how much calcium is in your, you know, whatever, in your vitamins. I didn't know the answer. Actually, I still don't know the answer. So my skill set is I promise you, is less than most of what every single one of you have. And yet I am the one doing it. And, you know, I've spent the last year, you know, just working with certain people on the team, you know, trying to help them get there. And I realized that what I teach people to do is not what I've been doing. Because if you want to build this business, if you want to succeed and you want to make enough money that you can get out of the life you're in or quit your job or whatever it is, you have got to spend 80% of your time in prospecting or sponsoring mode. And you can write that down because that is standard in this industry. 80% of your time is in prospecting. 20% is in management. And for the last year, I'm being real today. I'm just telling you that I've had it reversed. I have totally had it reversed. And I'm looking at the people on the team, and I feel like 90% of my team has it reversed. Everybody is trying to take care of their team. Everybody is trying to, you know, do, you know, 3 trainings a week, trying to fire up the people, motivate the people, inspire the people, and they're spending all of their time in areas that are not income producing, because they're spending their time with people who are not going to do this. And I remember from the start when Jim Rohn said, spend time with the people, spend your time with the people who deserve your time. And instead, I did this in the beginning. So, I mean, it's why it's so apparent to me. And somehow over the last year, I've got back into this space, which I'm about to get out of because it's not productive. You know, you feel like when you sponsor somebody, you know, you want to take care of them. And we're picking people to sponsor because it fulfills a need in us to help somebody. We want to help. We want to give, you know, give more. We want these people to have a better life. We want to save the world. And all of those are beautiful things. They're beautiful things. But you cannot want it more for somebody than they want it for themselves. And that's the bottom line. And you can't chase people who aren't looking. And I have so many people that call me and say, well, Lynn, this person, you know, would be so good. They know everybody. And, you know, if you could just talk to them and encourage them and inspire them. And I'm like, not my job. It is not my job to spend time doing that. It is not your job. When you enroll somebody as a sponsor, you are responsible for making sure they have the information. They have everything they need in order to succeed. You are responsible to give them that, but you're not responsible for them. It is not your job. And, you know, this call is an example of what I'm talking about. We have a huge team. I advertised it on the internet. Everybody knows we're here. And there's 30 people on this call. There should be 200 people on this call. But you know what? That doesn't bother me because I know the people who are supposed to be here are the ones who are here. I've always had that attitude. I would go and do an in-home meeting for somebody and I'd drive over there and they'd tell me they're going to have, 40 guests and there'd be one person in the room. But that one person could be the person that you're looking for, the person that is going to have a core desire to jump on this and become your partner. So I know that the people who show up are the ones who want it. That's the way it works. So thank you for showing up, for all of you guys, number one. I mean, that's half the battle to me. But I just want to make sure that everybody is really clear on what I am saying. You don't need a big skill set for this. It is not about spending all of your time, going over every ingredient in every product. That is analysis paralysis. It will keep you stuck. You're not going to spend your time in management mode trying to, I don't know how else to say this, but I gave you a disclaimer. So turn a 2 of clubs into an ace of spades. Bottom line is if you have a dream and there's something that you want, You have to put your time and your energy into the people who are moving in the direction where you are moving. If you want to save the world and you want to, do all that, that's great. I mean, that's what I want. I give away more than I keep. I will never be a rich person, no matter how much I make, because I give it away. It's what I do. I know that's the heart of a lot of people in RX and a lot of people who are in this call today. But you can't help the poor if you're one of them. You have got to secure yourself. You've got to secure yourself financially. And if you're somebody who, really is in this for the money, that really understands that network marketing is a business, you've got to treat it like it's a business. We say it's a business, but I guarantee you, if I asked for a show of hands, and said how many people are proud to be network marketers and, go out there looking for business partners and, say I'm a network marketer and I'm looking to put a team together, how many people are going to be proud of doing that? There are not a lot. There's a lot of people who lead with product, and product is good. I mean, we want customers in our business. It's the foundation of our business. Everybody needs the products, everybody. But not everybody wants this business. And so I do not lead with products when I am in momentum building mode. I do not. I never have. I led with products in the beginning because I was embarrassed to be a network marketer and because it was easier and it was so satisfying when everybody would pat me on the back and say, thank you, my knee feels so much better, or this feels better, or that feels better. I mean, I used to drive 40 miles, to get somebody something because, they had joint pain. And I would deliver a bottle of products to them, make no money, spend my time, spend my gas. But it felt so good because they're like, you changed my life. And that just fills me. It still fills me. But now they can come get it if they want it. It fills me in a different way. I want to make a difference. We want to make a difference. But let's be real and say that this is a business. And yet, when people start, if they don't have success in their first month or their first 2 months or their first 6 months, they stop, they quit. When you go to a job and you get hired by somebody and you're becoming a computer programmer, whatever. You go to school for years to learn how to do that. And when you start, you're on a learning curve. But it's your business and you don't quit because it's hard. If it's what you want to do, you do it because it's your business. And yet people do not treat this like a business. And if you don't, you will never succeed at a business level. You just won't. So if we know that, in my previous company, we needed 4 people. I mean, I worked with 4 key people, 4 people, and looked for the ones who wanted to make a minimum of 50 grand a year. And my job was to help them get there. In RX, we need 2, just 2 people who really want to build this business. 2 people. And I promise you, they will show themselves if you go out there and look for them and let them know you're looking for them. So when I talk to people, they don't run from me because it's network marketing, because I'm proud of what I'm doing and because it's business for me. So when I talk to people, I let them know that I'm, launching a business in the area, looking for a few select people. And Mary, I thought of you. It may be for you, it may not. Either way is fine. But I know you're struggling right now and you owe it to yourself to take a look, And 90% of the people say no to me the same way they say no to you guys. Most people will not do this. So I know 90% of the people are going to say no. So, but they don't run from me because it's network marketing. They thank me for thinking of them because I give them the out in the beginning by saying, this may be for you, it may not. Either way is fine with me. Because that is my posture and my attitude. And so I'm saying this because I want everybody on this call to think in your minds to think about, why am I doing this? Am I doing this because I want to sell some products, I want to help some people lose weight, or am I doing this because I want to build my future and set myself up so that whether it's a national disaster or whatever it is, you want more time with family, you want to be free. If you want to be free, then own the fact that this is your business and that you're a network marketer. That's what it is. And you lead with the business, because there are people out there who are like us. But before you're going to find the people, you have to become the person you're looking for. And I'm going to ask you that now before I go any further, because when I started, I knew how many people I needed. And somebody said to me, well, Lynn, if you need 4 people, would you be looking for 4 people just like you? And I'm like, I don't think so. I was dead broke, living in an apartment, way overweight, unhealthy. People didn't want what I had. I didn't even want what I had. So I had to do the work on me. It started with me. So if you're out there trying to present a business to people and you're telling them that you're looking for network marketing partners or business partners, because this is what you're going to do, and you're in a health company, don't go in with a cigarette in your mouth, or be 50 pounds overweight or eating crap food. Work on you. They have to want what you have. And I watch people on our team that they say, oh yeah, I'm building my business, and I look at Facebook and all they're posting is big platters of fattening food, and I'm like, I don't even know what you're doing. I don't know what you're thinking. Oh, this is what I had for lunch. And I'm sitting here, eating egg whites and stuff, and I'm thinking, I've changed my whole life because of RX. Who I've become is a different person. Health is the most important thing. And yet we're out there promoting a health business, telling people that it's all that and they should want what we have. And we are not walking examples. We are not walking examples of what health is. And it doesn't mean you have to be there, all the way there. It means that all of us should be working on ourselves, one area at a time. If you're a smoker, get rid of it. If you're overweight, get with the SlenderX program. And I'm gonna say now, and I wasn't even gonna I wasn't thinking about this, but we just announced in the Slim, for the people who aren't there, it's a ladies program. We are starting a Slimsational 15. And the way you get into that, we announced it for people who are on the call, and now I'm going to make sure I got my email right. The way you get into that is you buy a clinical pack, a 3X clinical pack, and you send proof of purchase, just an email. It's going to come to me. It's going to go to the Slim, SLIIM, sensational @gmail. No, that's wrong. Sorry. I'm reading this now. It's going to go to the Slim Sisterhood @gmail.com. So as soon as we have 15 people who have bought their 3X clinical pack, we are going to start our program. We announced it. We have a couple who have already done it. If you are wanting to get on a program, be accountable, and get the best coaching you will ever have, this is your time, ladies, to invite either yourself, if you've got weight to get off, and even if you don't, if you want to see what we're doing. I did this almost 3 years ago and had massive success in business building just through this process. So get the 3X clinical pack. I don't care if you've already got products in hand. You got to buy it, because this is about business. It's about volume. Get it. Send an email saying you have it. As soon as we have 15, we will let you know what we're going to be doing. It is exclusive. It'll be life-changing and a massive business building tool for everybody. So I'm just throwing that in there because I'm talking about working on ourselves. Okay. So with that being said, the most important thing that I said, well, there are a lot, was 80-20. Stop spending your time chasing people who aren't looking, trying to talk people into doing this, spending 2 nights a week on team motivating, inspiring, firing up, because if the people you are motivating and firing up are not moving and building, it is not an income producing activity, and it is a waste of your time. I have started many, many Facebook groups. I used to do hotel meetings, and I would do the meetings as long as they were working. As long as people were bringing guests, I had a meeting every single week. Every single week, as long as people were bringing guests. The minute I saw that there were not guests in the room, and there's 15 reps showing up because they feel obligated to be there because they're on the team and they didn't want to let me down, the minute I look around and I see all the reps and no guests, I'm done. And that's what I tell them. Okay, this has been great, but I am done. I'm not here for my health. I already know how to build this business. I'm here for you guys. There are no guests in the room, so I am done. It's the same thing with Facebook groups. I do it. I'm willing to put myself out. I'm willing to do live things. I'm willing to do weekly events. If guests are not in attendance and it is not helping build the team, I'm done. I move on to something else. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to look at what you're doing with your time in building your business. If it is not producing results, then change it. There is nothing wrong with changing. I have hit the wall. I can't even tell you how many times I hit the wall. I'm like, holy crap, this isn't working. Okay, I'm done with that. Let's try something else. I just changed and changed and went from this to this to this, and some things work for a while and then they don't work. But the bottom line is I kept going because I was committed to go. Okay, so I am going to give you some pointers on what has to happen if you are starting your business today. But before I do that, I'm going to give you this line. Some of you have heard it, but I hear over and over again from people, you know, I've already talked to all my friends. I don't know anybody. If I want to meet somebody and I want to prospect when I go out and I see somebody who I believe is somebody who I would want to work with as one of my key people, all I say is, Mary, let me ask you something. Do you keep your options open for making money outside of real estate or whatever they do? Do you keep your options open for making money outside of real estate? Nobody says no. That has been my question for I can't tell you how many years. That's what I ask them. They say, well, sure. Well, I'm launching a business in wellness, you know, in the area, putting a power team together, and you know, you gave me such great service. I think you might be somebody that I would like to work with. You know, give me some, you know, give me your email, your phone number, and you know, I'll send you something or whatever. And they're like, sure. Everybody says yes to that. You will collect names and numbers. There are people everywhere. There are, I don't know how many millions of people in the state where you guys live. There's 20 million in Florida. You're looking for 2 key people who want to build a business, who are committed to build a business. But you are going to attract who you are. I'm just saying. So you've got to work on you first, because if you want to attract a whole team full of people who want to save the world and, you know, have a cause that everybody's broke and they want to give all their money away to those people, you know, if that's who you are, that's who you're going to attract. If you feel like the products are too expensive, that's who you're going to attract. I talked to somebody not too long ago and she's like, Lynn, I'm so frustrated. Everybody I talk to just says, well, these products are really expensive. And I said, well, let me ask you, Mary, not her name, but that's the name I'm using. Let me ask you, Mary, how do you feel about the price of the products? And she said, well, I think they're kind of high. And I go, well, therein lies your answer. Nobody asked me that. Nobody says to me these products are expensive. You know, they're cheaper than health insurance. You know, you get rid of your propays. And, you know, even when it comes to getting the 3X clinical pack, people say, well, Lynn, that's $400. You know, I can't pay for that. And I said, well, the average person, you know, who went through the program for 28 days lost between 12 and 18 pounds. And they also saved $150 on their food bill because they're not buying ding-dongs and yo-yos and Oreos and ice cream and bags of chips. So my attitude, the way that I think is who I attract. So you've got to get your thoughts right about this. So back to the business part. If you want to attract people who want to do business with you, you need to be successful. You need to be doing it. And it doesn't mean that you need to be making a lot of money. It means you need to have your head on straight. I had all kinds of people wanting to join my team once I got my vision covered, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. But they were following me long before I was making a dime because I made a decision. And that's what it takes. And that's what I'm telling you today, all of you. You have got to draw that line in the sand and make a decision that you are going to do this if you are going to do it. Because this is not for everybody. It isn't. Not everybody wants it. A lot of people, they join, they like the socialization, they like being part of something, they like being part of causes, they like helping people, they love the products. There's a lot of reasons people join network marketing. But I am talking as a business leader to anybody on this call who wants to be a business leader and earn a six-figure income from this. So everybody's important. Everybody on your team is important. But I'm talking about where you spend your time and how you prospect. So I'm hoping I'm making sense to everybody with that. I'm being very specific because I lead with the business. So if you ask people, do you keep your options open for making money outside of blank? They're all going to say yes. And then your only job is to show them something. And there's many different things that we have to give to them to take a look at to qualify. And, and once they qualify, then you have got to use your upline. That is the other thing that is not happening. And again, it's another thing that drives me crazy, that people feel like they're bothering me or they're bothering their upline if they call them, because they have a prospect or because they need help. When, that tells me you don't know the comp plan, because the matching bonus is the biggest portion of our comp plan. We make money by helping you earn. That's the bottom line. And so you have got to use your upline. You have to. Because if you don't, you're going to get beat up right out of the gate over and over and over again, because as new people just starting, you don't know the answers to the objections that people are going to give you. You don't. You don't know how to answer them. You get shut down easily. Your feelings get hurt. You get rejected. But if I'm on the phone with those people, nobody is going to tell me that network marketing doesn't work. They're not. Because I know I make more money than them, and I have time freedom and can do whatever I want, and they got dead-end jobs, and they're working their their butts off. They're working their butts off doing things that they don't want to do, so they're not going to say the same thing to me as they would to you, so think about that. Okay, so now here's the three things, and I want you to write these down just in case I screwed up the recording. But the first thing you have to have, if you are going to build a business, and today is the first day of your business, is your why. You have got to know why you're doing this. And you've got to create your vision from that. The vision that says 2 years from now, this is the life I am living. And I don't know what your vision is. And I would venture to say a lot of people here don't know what their vision is. Because if it was deep enough and strong enough and you owned it and 100% believed that that was your life in 2 years, you would be acting way differently than you're acting. You would be talking to different people than you're talking to. You would be more aggressive. You'd be out there busting your butts to make it happen if you truly believe you could have that in 2 years. It took me to get to that place to where I wrote out my vision and said, this is where I will be in 2 years. I didn't know how. I didn't even have an upline, you guys. But I had a core desire that said, I am so tired of being where I am. I am so tired of working and working and working and not having time for my grandkids and my family. None of it. I was tired. And I had a core desire with everything that was in me to change. And I knew if there was 20 million people or 18 million people in my state and I needed only 4 of them, I was going to freaking find them because I saw the people who were making the big money and they were no different than me. They didn't have any skills either when they started, you know. So I had a vision that said, this is where I am going to be. That is number one. You have to decide. A decision. That comes first. The how-tos come later. You've got to decide if you're going to do this. Number 2, you've got to know that you're going to sacrifice to do this. Because it is a sacrifice. Because everybody's plate is full. You're busy and you've got family and jobs and other commitments and things you'd rather be doing. And when I say it wasn't easy, I'm telling you it wasn't easy. I sacrificed a lot to do this. I mean, my kids were like, is that all you think about? Is blah, 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 you know, and I'm like, pretty much. And right now, and they're like, well, Mom, you don't have any balance in your life at all. That's all you do is this. And I'm like, balance and momentum are not synonymous. I'm doing this so I can have balance later in my life. So you have got to become a crazy person for this. I don't know how else to say it. That's what people said to me. That's what they still say to me. I decided I was going to do it, and I decided I was going to sacrifice. I sat with my husband and said, okay, the evenings that we usually spend together, I will now be working. This that we would usually like to do, we're not going to do it. We're not going to take this vacation we were going to take because I'm going to be working. And I'm going to go to work as though my life depended on it, because it did. And that's the part that I don't think that people get. They don't work as though their life depends on it, but your future depends on this. It depends on the sacrifice that you're willing to make to get this done. And number 3 is you pay the price. You decide the sacrifice is worth it and you pay the price. So you commit, you make your decision, you write out your vision, you know it's going to be a sacrifice because you got to find the time for this. And if you're going to do it, then you go all in to do it. And again, it changed a lot of things in my life. I cried a lot of weekends. I was tired. I didn't want to go do another training. I'm like, you know, I don't feel like doing this, you know, and, you know, I was exhausted because I was working a full-time job and I was working network marketing 5 nights a week on top of that. And I was training every Saturday for a year. I trained every Saturday morning at 10 o'clock for a year. And I did all that for the vision that was written on my piece of paper because I wanted this. And even though I made a lot of mistakes, it didn't matter to me. I just was not going to stop until I was done. Until I was done and I got what I wanted, because I was 100% positive that I didn't want what I had. 100%. It was not the life I wanted. And it's so sad to me that we sit here and we go through life not living the life we want, settling in mediocrity, not liking our jobs, stressed about money, stressed about our health, you know, and we don't do anything about it. We just go along like we have endless time on this planet. And everything that's happening in this world right now just hit so close to home for me because it showed me flat out that, you know, I knew it already, but you don't know when you have tomorrow. You don't know how much more time you had. You have. And everybody looks back and everybody's going that way instead of deciding that they're going forward. So if you want to build your business and you decide you want to become a professional network marketer and own it, I'm just telling you that that's the price you're going to pay. You got to decide what you want. You know it's going to be a huge sacrifice. You get your family on board. You talk to your kids. You do whatever you need to do. But you're not going to get there if you don't do that. All right? Second thing is you have got to decide what part of this business your passion lies. Where does your passion lie in this business? Now, some people, they get all their reps by leading with products. It's not what I do, but some people get all their business partners by leading with the products. SlenderX in particular seems to be the big one. You've got to decide where your passion lies, because wherever your passion, most passionate about is, those are the people you're after. So you've got to find your avatar. Because if you're excited about helping people with weight loss, you got to figure out where to find those people. Because you just don't go to a mall looking for fat people. I mean, you're trying to figure out what you're going to say to them. If you bump into somebody, that's a really touchy subject. If that is your avatar, where are those people? Where do people go, who want to, lose weight? Where will you find them? Where do you market to them? And if there's people, that are on here that have their avatar established and want some coaching on that, I am happy to do it. Again, but you've got uplines on here also. You've got to find your avatar. Discover your purpose. My purpose is helping people become financially free. Because I know that half the people in this world that are sick due to stress, due to lack of money. And money isn't everything, and we all know that, but it's right up there with oxygen right now. And I mean, it is. And you look at all the people who are being devastated by everything that's going on, and they could tell you how important it would be to have some money to get what they need, because they don't even have jobs. And so I want people to be financially free, not because of the money, but because of the choices. Okay. So you're going to write your vision statement. If everybody on this call is starting their business today, you're going to decide what you want from this, and if it is something that you want, all right? You're going to think about your avatar. Like, what part of this fires up your soul? You've got to figure that out, because that's where you're going to find your market, because you've got to target market. So many people are all over the place. They're like, oh my gosh, I got a water bottle for you. Oh, you don't like a water bottle? Well, you could lose a few pounds. Oh, well, I've got some weight loss, and I got something for your wrinkles, and I got this, and I got that. They're all over the place, and they're floodlights everywhere. And they need to be laser focused, laser beams. So you have got to have laser focus on your avatar and put everything into attracting that market, to finding that market. Because if you don't, you're going to be marketing to people that aren't interested in what you have. And then everybody's going to say no anyway, okay? All right, so you're starting over today. I don't want to ask everybody on here if you've done it, but number one thing you're going to do if today's the first day of your business is you're going to go through the boss. Because that boss that just got introduced with all those videos is the most powerful, exciting thing that RX has done. I was so thrilled to see that. And, when people say, well, I'm trying to explain this to somebody, or I don't know how this part of the comp plan works, I don't spend my time. When they call me, they say, Lynn, can you explain how Team Lead Bonus works? I'm like, no, but you can go to your boss and click on Team Lead Bonus and it'll explain it. I'm not going to spend my time there. You guys look at the boss. Everybody go through your boss. Go through it 4 or 5 times, whatever it takes. So you have clarity on the products and clarity on the comp plan. So that when you are enrolling people in your business, you are going to direct them there, and you're not going to spend your time explaining auto delivery to people. And, how do I find this in my back office? And I can't find this. And this one's auto ship didn't work. That's why we have customer service. RX has customer service for that reason. If you are building your business, study the boss. And by study, I don't mean spend 3 weeks there. I mean, make sure you go through it. You got it. If you need a refresher on something, or you're not clear on something, go back to it, and then you instruct all of your people to do the boss. The answers are there. As soon as that came out, it eliminated, 1/3 of the stuff that I do every day, because there was nowhere to find it, and I spent all my time trying to explain it to people. Okay, now you've done your boss, you're brand new in the business. Now you're going to make your list. And this is the other thing that makes me crazy with people. They're like, well, I talked to people, and they said no, I'll just say next. And I'm like, You don't take somebody off your list because they say no. Because no means they don't have enough information. No means their timing isn't right. I don't take anybody off my list until they either sign or they die. They are still there. And you always keep the door open so that you can go back to those people. And all I ask people to do, and again, this is me, not everybody does it the same. I ask people to put 50 people on their list. Give me a list of 50 people who you think you would like to do business with. Don't prejudge them. Don't pre-qualify them. Don't say, well, they'd never do it. They make too much money, or they won't do it because they don't have enough money, or they won't do it because they're too busy. Because here's my tip. In my previous company, where I was a top earner for many, many, many years, not out of the 4 people who I took to I took 3 to the $1 Million Club. I worked with 4. 1 was my brother, so I knew him. The other 3 people that I worked with and, spent all my time with, none of them were sponsored by me. They were sponsored by somebody that I sponsored who knew somebody that knew somebody. I found them in my downline. They were not sponsored by me. So don't think to not put somebody on your list because you don't think they will do it, because their next door neighbor could be your next chairperson. So you make a list of 50 people who you want to do, or you feel like you would want to work with. Don't pick people you don't like. Don't pick people who are like whiners and negative, and they walk in and, and the whole room wants to leave. That's not who you want for your business partners. But don't prejudge them, on whether or not you think they have time to do it. I want you to make a list of 50 people. Then you're going to make a list of 25 people, and you're going to think product only. People, and some of these may cross over, but you're going to make a list of 25 people for products. Think about the people who already supplement. If they already supplement, obviously they care about their health. We're going to show them how to do their due diligence. We're going to show them, direct them to where to look, let them figure it out themselves, because we don't bash other people's products, but they're going to figure out that these products are better. So all I say to them is, obviously, Mary, you care about your health. You're already supplementing. I also care about your health. I just want you to do your due diligence. Take a look at this. You're spending your hard-earned money. I want to make sure that you're getting, the best of the best. And she's like, sure, I'll do that. So people who already supplement. People who have health issues, people that are, on lots and lots of medications and who are really struggling because they have health challenges. We have Dr. Strand's site for that. Every person here should have raystrand.com, should use that site because of the protocols. I have built for 20 years using Dr. Strand's material because they're not going to listen to you. So here's the deal. All of a sudden, you decide you're going to build a business and you're going to all these people that and, you're trying to sell them network marketing, you're trying to sell them products, and they may be the people you borrowed your car payment from last month, and you're eating crap food, and you're way overweight, and now you're a health expert and a financial expert. You can't use yourself. You've got to use other people, experts. And we have so many experts in the network marketing portion and in the product portion. So when you make your list of 25, you look for people who are active, you look for people who, like I said, already supplement, people who care about their health, people who are struggling with their health, people who are overweight. You put a list together. Once you have those lists together, then you get with your upline partner. You do not call the people on your list. And that's, again, something that I'm watching people do over and over again. You get with your upline. And here's what's going to happen. If somebody calls me and says, okay, I have my 50 names. I don't know any of those people. So my job is to find out from Mary about the people on her list, because everybody receives information differently. Okay, so I'm going to say, Mary, all right, let's go down the people on your list. Tell me about Bob. And what we're trying to identify are 3 things. We're trying to identify the people that she has on her list that she thinks would do good in a group. Some people love in-homes. They love to gather in a group setting and receive information. and that's how they like it, because they're not singled out and they don't feel like you're one-on-one with them where they're going to get bashed and you're going to try and talk them into something. But if you say, I'm hosting an event, and we're going to be sharing this opportunity, I'd like to invite you to somebody who you think will do good in a group, then next to her name, we're going to put, I put IH for in-home, because we could do in-homes over Zoom. So you put IH next to the ones that would do good in a group. There are people who will never go to a group meeting. They hate it. They don't like being a part of a group for a lot of different reasons, but they prefer, they want one-on-one attention. If you're going to get their attention, they want to talk to you without being in the presence of others, because that makes them feel more special, and because you then let them know that you want to talk just to them, which feeds their ego and makes them feel good. So some people you're going to talk to directly. So those people are one-on-one. Some people on that list are neither. They don't want to go to a group event. They don't want a meeting with anybody. They just want you to send them something or give them something to look at, whatever. They're too busy, they're whatever they are. They're like, no, I just want you to send me something. So those are people that we're just going to email, and follow up. So they're either going to get an in-home, they're going to get a one-on-one, which is actually a two-on-one because you're going to use your upline. But anyway, when I go through the 50 people, we narrow down the list. And it's the same thing with the product people. We go over the list. And Mary will say, well, Lynn, what do you think I should say to this person? And then I say, okay, I think you should say this. And I help them prepare their lists so they know what to say to the people in advance. So they know how to get their attention, so they know what best would resonate with them. But the only thing that I am teaching them how to do on their 50-person prospect list is invite people to look at something, and then they go to a three-way. They go to a Zoom, a three-way call. This is where you have to use your upline. Again, because you're just starting, your skill set is not as strong as somebody who's been doing this for a lot of years. You may not feel good about where you are physically, and you're working on changing all that. Most people have issues in the beginning with, why is this person going to talk to me? I'm not making any money. So then you feel like a loser about yourself, which is stuff you got to get over, because this is business, and lots of people open up franchises for hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they don't make money for a few years, and it doesn't make them feel like a loser about themselves. It's business. It is business. I can't say that enough. So I'm going to have people make their list. And once the vision statement is done and the lists are done, then we go over it, and then I work with them, giving them their assignment. All right? Gather people for an in-home. If you've got 15 people on there, we'll go over what's comfortable for them to say or how to get them to show up. And they invite a bunch of people over. And if it's local, then the leader goes to the event. But I did one for people in California. They just fill their house with people, and they plug me into the, television, on the camera, and I talk and I say, hi, everybody, welcome. And I'm going to give you an overview of what we're doing. Thanks for coming. Maybe for you, may not. We're happy you're here. And, Vicki thought enough of you to invite you. So that tells me that you're special to her. So, thanks for coming. I'm going to spend the next 25 minutes, show them a few slides, give them an overview of what we're doing, and then talk to them and answer the questions that they might have. Questions that I can answer, that a new person is not going to be able to answer. Again, because they're not going to tell me that this doesn't work, because I am going to be edified by the person I'm doing the event for, and then I am going to edify the person I am doing the event for as well, so that these people look to their person as a leader. It's just that we're partners. So you don't do it by yourself. You always, always, always use your upline. And why people think that they need to do this alone, I mean, I've read enough books that there's several reasons. One is because of ego, because, they just said, well, I'm a pretty smart person. I can figure this out. I can do it. The other is because they've never been able to count on anybody else in their life to help them with anything. So anything that they ever did, they had to do alone. And the third is they don't want to ask for help because they feel like it means that, you know, they're not qualified or capable, none of which is true. And me, I work with the people who text me 8 times a day saying, sorry to bother you, sorry to bother you, sorry to bother you, but can you answer this question? I have an appointment at 2. I have this person I'd like for you to talk to. And I'm going to say, are they qualified? Have they watched this? Have they watched that? Because I'm not going to be anybody's first point of contact to this. I am going to show you what to send them, and you are going to make sure that they've watched it, and they're going to get to me after they know it's network marketing already. You know, and the other part that, again, everybody has to learn is how to value your time. And when I say don't spend time chasing people who aren't looking, you've got to be able to qualify your people. If somebody hates network marketing, you know, they are not a qualified person. For me, I don't consider them a qualified person because I am not going to spend my time trying to talk somebody into why network marketing is better than traditional business. I'm looking for people, because I got this 2-year vision, I'm looking for people who already know that, who already have an entrepreneurial spirit, who already, you know, they know already that this isn't working. I'm not going to try and teach them that this isn't working. You know, I want people who have that in their head that, you know, they're open-minded, they're looking for something, and then I'm going to tell them why this is what we have, and they either like it or they don't like it. And either way is fine with that as well. So it's just getting our head straight with that. So if somebody doesn't like network marketing, to me, I'm not going to say, well, why don't you like it? Well, you know, you're broke where you are. Why wouldn't you do this? You know, they're not qualified to me. If somebody says I'm dead broke, and I don't have 20 cents, you know, I'm going to find that out before I drive 50 miles to sit down with somebody and talk to them and do a presentation to find out that they only have 50 cents in their wallet. I want them to know that it's business. And like any other business, you invest. You don't start any business, you know, without an investment of time and money. It's like saying, I'll take a McDonald's franchise, but, you know, I don't want any fries or burgers or anything. I don't want to have to spend money on that. You know, you got to have products. You know, and for all of us who are in the business, we have to look at our products that we're taking, our inventory or whatever. People say, well, I have to stock inventory. I'm like, no, you don't. These are products for your health, because all the money in the world isn't going to help you without your health. So we need to stop looking at our auto ship as an expense and instead look at it as a convenience. That we're getting awesome health products delivered right to our door. We don't have to go out and take our time to do it and spend our, you know, valuable time, spend our gas, you know, and run all over town doing all that because we get the products delivered to our door. Without your auto delivery, the convenience of auto delivery, you don't get the tax benefits that come from this, which we haven't even talked about. You've got to stay qualified to take advantage of the tax benefits of this. So if anybody is not on auto delivery, get back on it. And if you're in business to make money and you're treating this like a business, if you are not making $100 a month to pay for your auto delivery, we have a problem. There's something wrong here because you're going in the business to make money. And now with Team Lead Bonus, there is no reason why people shouldn't be getting paid immediately. I mean, you can't get a better comp plan than this. Okay, so you're going to make your list. You're going to use your upline. And here's the other thing. And I'm past my hour, but I just got a few more minutes. The key to me, again, is when your dream is big enough and your core desire is big enough and you are sick enough of staying where you are, it will change who you are. It will change your posture. It has nothing to do with your skill set. When I look for people to join this, all day long, if I have somebody that, you know, owns 5 gyms and could be the perfect person for this, and they can get products all over their gyms, and, you know, or they could sell 1 million water bottles, or they could, you know, get their Jove into every spa, you know, that's people go after the big. They go after that. Me, I look for somebody that has a core desire. It is the #1 thing to me. I don't care if they have any network marketing experience. I want somebody that has a core desire and is teachable. That says, Lynn, I am so sick of where I am. I will do whatever it takes. I will devote every hour. I will give every hour that you give. I will follow the plan. I will do this. I will do this. I will do this. That is what I look for. I don't care about the rest of it. I don't care if they don't know all these big people. Everybody thinks that, every time I go to do a training, people think that I have this magic bullet, or somebody else has a magic bullet, like there's some super thing that they're missing. There is nothing you are missing. There is no magic bullet. It's a decision to do it. A core desire to change your life and being willing to do what it takes to do it. And using your upline or your mentor or your sponsor to help you. That is how it works. There's no magic bullet. There's nothing. Like I said, I'm featured in the greatest networkers in the world. There's 21 featured in this book, and I read all 20 stories besides my own. And because I thought, oh my gosh, I want to see what they did, because I'm always wanting to learn. And I read the stories, and we all did it a little differently. But the thing that we all had the same was we wanted it. We decided we were going to do it. We weren't going to quit till we were finished, and we were 100% all in. That was it. All the people in that book, that is what we had in common. That is what it takes. So you want to spend your time on income-producing activities and stop spending your time on all the drama. There is so much drama in this industry. There's so much wasted time where people are calling up and, they know not to call me anymore, but, I hear it all day long. Well, my upline didn't put anybody under me and my downline's not working. And, I remember in the beginning, I remember having these thoughts over and over again. I'd think, you know what, Lynn, just one time I would like to look in my back office and see some volume that I didn't either put there or know was coming. Is that ever going to happen? Is it ever going to happen? And I figured out way back then that it wasn't going to happen until I made it happen, and that 99% of it in the beginning was me. It was me. And it's going to be you. You're going to be doing the work by yourself, but you have awesome upline support on this team. Awesome. So many people to draw from. So just you just gotta be all in if you want to be all in, and get rid of the drama. When people call and say, Lynn, I just need to talk to you. I need some coaching. I'm like, I've been coaching you for 10 years. It is not coaching you need. You need to do it. You need to do it. I don't care how good your vision is. I don't care how much you memorize how the products are. People study the products, till they know every freaking ingredient in the product and can quote every ingredient, and then they stand up in front of a room and say, this is why you need our calcium, and they list every ingredient and they do all that, and they tell right there, everybody in that room, that they can't do it. Because people in that room are like, oh my gosh, I could never learn all that like Mary. Mary is so smart, I can't do it. You have to show the people that anybody can do this. And you show them and you get them to follow you by you doing it. And you do it by following somebody who's already done it. That's the bottom line. Lose the drama, do income-producing activities, decide you want it. I just told you what I did. It's what I've done for 20 years. I have never varied from that. And I am getting ready to go into business building mode. And it's really interesting because I know that I have the same fears that all you guys have. And I'm like, okay, I know I have to do a Facebook Live. It scares me to death because I'm afraid to even hop on one when somebody's doing it because I'm not sure if they can see me because I don't understand really how it works. And I know that I have to do that, and I am going to do that. So I'm doing things that are out of my box, the same way you will do things out of your box. But if you want it, you stretch yourself and you grow, because every single person here deserves it. We were all put here to let our light shine and to make a difference in this world. And it makes me nuts to watch people sit here and settle for less than what they want and not have the quality of life they want when we have the greatest gift in our hand. And fear keeps us from stepping into our greatness and sharing it with others. So that's all I have to say. And like I said, I'm not opening it up for questions. You can email me or email your upline. I just want to say thank you for giving an hour and 10 minutes of your Saturday morning. And you guys are awesome. Praying for everybody in the face of the storm. I hope you're okay and your families are okay. And I hope today made a difference for you. So God bless everybody, and thank you for being here. Bye.
Thank you, Lynn.
You're welcome.